Hello, everybody. Can anybody hear me? All right, can anybody hear me? Who all do we have on? Bueller, hello? Hey, we got our first victim. So, Rob Keller, hey buddy, what's up? So, doesn't look like we have many people on right now, but typically a lot of people jump on a little bit later. So, hello everybody, if you don't mind saying where you're from, and since it's been a common theme on the channel, let us know the temperature where you're at. And I'm gonna readjust this camera right here. That didn't do nothing. All right, let's try that a little. Yeah, that's better. Okay, you got Mark B on, and Don just jumped on. He says, howdy from mid-Missouri. Welcome to the channel. See who else we have jumping on here right now. So we were back and forth if we were going to do a live stream today. We just got back into town. We've been out of town, and it's been pouring rain the last 2 days. It just stopped, well, I don't know, just a few hours ago. And we just weren't sure if we were going to be able to pull off a live stream or not. So here we are, we're making the best of it. If it starts raining on us again, we may have to run inside real quick or dog it off or do something. You know, it's the usual problems every single Sunday. The weather don't want to cooperate or something, or the signal, yada, yada, yada. So goes internet life. Let's see who else jumped on here. Chris, he just jumped on. He says, we're all waiting for dinner on the grill. Well, you're in luck. Although we're not doing nothing fancy tonight, we are going to cook. So after we get done with a little Q&A portion here, if everybody runs out of questions, we are going to jump over to the Blackstone and cook something.
Yeah.
We were coming back to our little hometown today on the way back home and stopped at a little grocery store there and sitting outside and thinking, what can we do for supper? We just didn't really want to do a whole lot. You know, traveling, getting back, didn't sleep very well, not, you know, being away from home. So we just decided we're going to do some simple quesadillas. We're going to do some steak and chicken ones tonight. So we'll whip up something real quick on the Blackstone and chat with y'all a little more kind of after this portion right here is over, if y'all want to hang around and chat with us. See who else we got. All right, you got Brian jumping on. He says, hey, y'all's tornado and hail possible tomorrow. Yay. Awesome. Did not know that.
I was going to tell you that.
Oh, great. Well, apparently we've got some severe weather warnings for tomorrow, the potential hail and tornadoes.
Yeah.
Awesome. So it's going to be another exciting day, it looks like. Actually, it's been raining so much. It's crazy. It's crazy. When we left this morning from where we were staying, it rained for a day and a half straight.
Yeah.
I don't think it stopped. Hot over there. We drove literally an hour and a half west here. It's cold, damp, and nasty. The change 1 hour drive makes. And then the next 5 days at least that I looked at on my phone, 70% chance of rain. So this is killing my other channel. It's hard to do any fishing. Everything is flooded. I mean flooded. Thank goodness this property here is high, dry, and drains very well. So I know a lot of y'all up north are getting buried in snow and everything else. So I guess we won't complain too much about our relentless rain. We all got problems to deal with.
Yeah.
All right, Wood Ducks just jumped on. He says, good evening. Here from Leesburg, Georgia, 48 wet degrees there. Yes, that's about the temperature it is here. It's in high 40s. Got a little bit of wind, so hopefully it's not messing with the microphone too bad on the camera. And has been raining for 2 days straight. This is the first break that we've had. Like I was just saying, it's supposed to rain the next 5+ days. So we're definitely not having a dry winter, that's for sure. All right, got D. Williams just jumped on. He says, hello from Phoenix City, Alabama. Hello,
Hey.
D. Thank you for stopping by. Mark Beat from Chesapeake, Virginia says 36 degrees there. So, yeah, we kind of all are dealing with the 30s and 40s, it looks like. Just a nasty wet. I don't even know if this is really so much as a cold front as it just, I don't know what this is to rain this many days. I guess it's a stalled front. You got Rob Keller. He says 43 there in South Carolina. So pretty close to us. Jimmy just jumped on. He says, hello from rainy North Carolina. Yep, we sent the rain your way. It just got done raining here. You can keep it, but we hear it's going to be back for the next 5 days for us. So, let's see who else we got here. You got Ralph just jumped on. He says, hi. Hello, Ralph. You got Marty just jumped on. Hello. Aaron, excuse me, Aaron S. We have 5 inches of snow in Oklahoma, and it's still coming down and 5 degrees. Well, thus far, you are the winner for for cold and snow. But as we keep going down, somebody will probably beat you.
Yeah.
And Chris says, fishing. Yep, I seen Tiffany outfished you. Yeah, put a video out the other day. I don't know if you've watched it.
I haven't had a chance
with
to
some
watch
clips
it yet.
there. So, we've tried to do some fishing trips for the last few months. It has not worked out. Some of those were actually back before all the rivers flooded, but fishing still wasn't good. And now everything is just out the banks. It was out the banks last week on a lot of these rivers whenever I went, and we've got several more inches of rain since just a few days ago. So there's no doubt it's just all out in the woods, and it makes fishing extremely difficult around here. All right, let's see what us we got here. Don takes the lead now. He says snowing in 4 degrees there, so you got the coldest temp thus far. Let's see here. Hang on. Brad just piped up. He's going to put us all to shame. He said, good afternoon. Under a winter storm warning for 9 inches and minus 30 wind chills. Well, my friend, sadly, you take the lead there, and you can keep it. Don't send none of that down here. Although we're supposed to get into the positive 30s the end of this week. Definitely no minus 30 here. Thank goodness. You got A Outdoors just don't know. He said hello from Avon Park, Florida. 80 degrees there. That's nuts.
Yeah.
How is it 80 there? Of course, where we left this morning, it was in the 70s.
I don't know where Avon Park is, though.
That's over there by Jacksonville, right?
Is it?
Avon Park. Tell us, A Outdoors, isn't that over there near Jacksonville, Avon Park? I could be off there, but yeah, this morning it was literally in the 70s where we left. We drove over here and it was already in the 50s, driving an hour and 10, 15 minutes west. So very strange, very strange. Let's see what else we got here. Just stumbled upon RV adventure. Says sitting down here at Wassissa, the only one here. Really? Well, I can see why. Rainy, nasty, and chilly. So enjoy having it to yourself down there. Let's see here. Got Ralph says happy Valentine's Day. That's right, it is. So happy Valentine's Day to y'all. And he said it is 19 degrees here in Clarksville, Tennessee. 19. That's pretty stinking chilly, but man, love Tennessee. One of my favorite states without a doubt. Used to vacation there all the time. You got Colin says greeting from Tyler, Texas. 15 tonight and minus 6 as well. So I guess maybe with the wind chill, 4 to 6 inches of snow coming. Goodness gracious, man. Y'all are really starting to deal with some cold weather. Marty says 27 degrees in upstate New York. And Jeff says it is 1 degree there. So congratulations on being on the positive side of that 0. I don't know if it makes much of a difference. Plow jumped on. He says, hey, just want to say hello. Hello, Plow. Appreciate you stopping by to chat with us. Chris says we're expecting 20 inches of snow in the next week. Unreal, y'all. I'm actually shocked. We're having such a real winter here. I've been expecting us to get some flurries or something. My gut tells me we're going to get it this year, but we're starting to run out of time for that potentially happen. We're finally having a real winter, and it's not uncommon to every now and then just get some flurries. We haven't even had a really light dusting of snow since, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. It snowed to the west of us, and then before that was like late 90s. So we haven't really seen the snow in a long time here.
These tornadoes away.
Yeah, I'd rather take the snow than the tornadoes, but whatever. Let's see. Mark says never heard of Avon Park when I lived in Jack. So, okay. So A Outdoor says that's in the central part of the state. Sorry, I got confused there. It's hard keeping up all these towns around here, but I have definitely heard of Avon Park. Mel Malone says, hey guys, glad to see Tiffany smiling. 30 degrees here in North Alabama, and they're saying ice is coming. That's the one thing I hate. We had us an ice storm here about 3+ years ago. I never want to go through another one. That was the first and only one I've ever been through in my life. It tore up more trees, more limbs, caused more damage than any of our hurricanes did. Honestly, it really did. I remember going out that morning trying to get in her car. I mean, it's just real thick ice everywhere on it. We had to put hot water on it, which was probably a bad idea. Yes, I know. Just to get her doors open. And she was driving across some of the bridges around here. And you said it was actually skidded on you too, right? One of them iced over. So not something us Florida folks are used to. Definitely don't want no more ice storms. All right, Barry says, hi from Indiana. He's got 6 to 9 inches of snow here on the way. Man, y'all can all keep it. Plow 34 here on the eastern shore of Maryland. It's crazy. It's kind of warm on the eastern seaboard. I guess as this stalled front's coming through, everybody else is in these single digits and minus. Ralph says, bus B46 in the snow here. Oh, must be 46 and snow. 4 to 6. I'm sorry, in Clarksville, Tennessee. So, and it's just crazy all the snow that y'all are dealing with. And then you got Marty says supposed to get 7 to 12 inches of snow. So
Snow, snow, snow.
you're all dealing with it. All right, Brad's going to go ahead and start the party off asking about the dump trailer. He says, where is that new dump trailer? I've got that thing locked up safe and sound underneath the building. You know, I didn't want it to get a pile of rain in it. Been using it all week long. Yeah. Plow still talking about they had some ice storms last night, but it wasn't that bad. Well, again, you can keep all of them you want. And Jimmy says, speaking of fishing, big shout out to our local boy here in North Carolina, Brian. For winning the Bassmaster Elite today on the St. Johns River down there in Florida. You know what? I used to watch the Bassmaster series all the time, FLW Tour, all that, and I just got away from it, which we don't have TV anymore, but I guess I could probably go find it on YouTube or Roku or something like that. But I used to be absolutely addicted to that. Back in the day when there was this thing called VHS tapes, I used to have a friend that had satellite when I didn't, and he would record me every single tournament and just bring me Walmart sackfuls of Bassmaster tapes to school. I remember watching those left and right. I absolutely loved it.
I spent many of long hours just sitting on the boat watching you bass fish. We were
she
dating.
She has been tortured because when she first met me, I was still diehard into bass fishing, bass boats, all that stuff, and it drove her crazy because, as we all know, bass fishing can be pretty slow a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Every now and then you get those really good days. So, she's put up with a lot. I still love bass fishing. I still do it on the other channel, but she's not so eager to go with me. Oh, goodness. All right, Kevin says, just a quick check in. Got my wife out for dinner. All right, man. Well, enjoy your dinner.
Yes,
appreciate you
have a good
checking in and
night.
saying, hey, thanks for stopping by, Kevin. Got bow hunting 101 there, 40 in East Tennessee, no snow. Well, that's a good thing. In the 40s here, no snow. We'll take it. CK Fab says, hi, folks. Been roughly 70s here the last few days. Love Florida. Yeah, it has been pretty nice up until all this rain come in, which kind of really looks like it's been hitting more the northern part of the state, but it's drifting south right now, it looks like. And then next 5 days, rain, and then cool weather. So soggy Florida, to say the least. It hasn't been sunny Florida much at all this winter, really. I mean, we've only seen the sun just a few days. It's been very unusual for Florida. Excuse me. Plow says, wait, a new dump trailer. Did I miss something? Yes, Plow. I still
Watch the last live stream.
Watch the live stream from last week. Tiffany, she's been listening to all y'all. Not very well. And all the dump trailer we've been talking about, she decided to go out and purchase me one for my birthday, which was just before last weekend. So long story short, it was a joke. It's one of them tiny little 3.5 by 4 foot dump trailers that I've had forever. It was actually so banged up from the tornado, I had to beat it with a sledgehammer just to get it to where it functioned again and bend stuff back out. But we kind of made a little joke last week on the live stream. So no, you didn't really miss nothing other than a joke. I still don't have my nice new fancy real dump trailer that I'm dreaming of and not going to get it for a while. Brad says Tiffany got him a new. That's right, he's telling him right there. And Ralph says he likes her nice long hair. I do too. Boy, we've had some issues in the past and about had some knockdown, drag out fights to where she wanted to cut it off, and I'm not about that. I love long hair, so of course she can do whatever she wants, but I want to keep the long hair.
Yeah.
All right, Brad. Brad says, I just forgot to be specific about what I wanted with a dump trailer. That's exactly right. Sure.
Details.
Yeah, details. Right. See here. Yep, bow hunting 101. Boy, you're getting all kinds of attention tonight. He says, she's a keeper. Any woman that's willing to put up with us and do what we want's hard to find. That's right. All these toys back here, the hunting, the fishing, the outdoors, the property, the dragging her around everywhere. Yeah, I'm pretty blessed, no doubt. There's a lot of women that wouldn't tolerate or put up with that. So very fortunate. Sounds like you may have you a good woman too there. It's allowing you to go out and do all these very, very expensive hobbies. All right. Oh, goodness gracious. Here goes Chris. He says, the new trailer Duramax approved. We're going to start the Duramax and dump trailer talk. Speaking of, where's Cash, man?
I know.
We can't start the dump trailer talk without Cash to stir the pot. Outside with Shab just jumped on. He says, what's up, guys? Hey, Shab. Appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us.
Good evening.
We're just down here enjoying our very soggy, cool Florida. It just got done raining. Been raining for 2 days straight. So I'd imagine you're probably up there dealing with some snow where you're at. See, Don says, now that you're 5,000 subscribers, are you making decent money on YouTube? Fingers crossed for you. Nope. It's going to take many, many, many thousands of subscribers, tens of thousands before you could probably call it a legitimate income. And by legitimate, I mean just a standard income around here in the area, nothing significant. So we're still grinding away at it. We're still working. That's okay. We knew this wasn't going to be an overnight success. That's just kind of the way these things work out. So yes, it's coming in. It's steady. The check's cash, so to speak. So I trust that Google is going to continue to pay me. We're going to keep working hard to grow this thing. But no, we've still got a long ways to go, no doubt. But we kind of knew that, and we set ourselves up for it. And again, don't forget the savings for me subbing out the house and working on the house. That's kind of counts toward my income too. So that's that much less money that we were having to pay out if I was working a regular job. So we got little things on the side that's helping us. And then you've got people like Shab making donations that really helps us as well. So
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
He says he started the dump trailer fund.
Oh, okay.
Well, all right, we've got the Grapple fund going and the dump trailer fund. So
and he is keeping track.
yes,
he
I
really
am
is.
keeping track. So
Yes.
yeah, I've had another awesome subscriber contact me on the side and kind of make a YouTube donation specifically for the dump trailer fund. So I've got several of those. I mean the Grapple fund. So I've got several of those. I'm not making a joke about it. I'm definitely going to keep track of this stuff. So if y'all are donating toward it, eventually we're going to line up with it and we're going to show it off on the channel. So appreciate that so much, Shab. Thank you. All right. I am missing a lot of questions. Let's see here. Dawn, oh nope, we just answered that one. Keep going down. Uncle Tim just jumped on. Tim
Hey,
Kelley.
Uncle Tim.
Not really my uncle, but another joke on the channel. 26 degrees in South Texas. This has lows forecast to be 13. This is crazy weather for us. And I could borrow my uncle's dump trailer anytime, nephew, he says.
Oh.
Awesome. Well, since we're such good family, you mind running it over to me? Because Texas is a long drive for me. But yes, I agree. We're having some crazy weather. Having what I remember is this being normal as a kid. So I don't know. A lot of rain, a lot of cold. We'll see what springtime brings us. Could be extra hot or stays cold for a while.
It's pretty common for our viewers to have dump trailers. We have a lot of.
See, it is very common for people to have dump trailers. See, everybody's got dump trailer. Everybody's doing it. All the cool kids have dump trailers. So I need one. See, David says, looks like y'all are enjoying the evening, and real feel in Missouri is minus 22 right now. Yes, we're enjoying our evening. It's in the 40s here, so just perfect for a fire. Minus 22. Yeah, there's no way we'd be outside. The heck with that. Let's see here. Oh, Uncle Tim says he's got a new Duramax that I could use too. So yeah, run them on over. We'll use them on the channel for a little bit. And Jeff's asking, how's the new booster working on the live stream? Y'all tell me, have we had any buffering, any issues? I will say the signal's not as high today as I showed on that video, although it's much higher than normal. And it may be all the overcast and just kind of raininess in the air that could be boosting that signal from that tower I'm pulling from like 6 miles away. But yeah, y'all let me know. Hopefully the new booster is working out okay. We're actually going to go inside and cook just a little bit after we get done with the questions and answers here. That's where it's really going to tell the tale. We're going to see if that metal building blocks the signal like it usually does and starts making me buffer real bad. All right, Sandhill Farms jumped on, said, how's it going? It's raining here in South Carolina. Well, welcome. We just got done with the rain here, and I know it's kind of heading up your direction, so you probably still have it for quite a while. It's been raining here for 2 days, so very soggy, very soggy. And Back Creek Cabin says, he says, out while the wife's at Wendy's enjoying the Kelleys and Valentine's Day. Well, appreciate you spending your Valentine's Day with us and stopping by chatting. I keep forgetting about that. I guess I'm not the world's best romantic, but happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
We're going to cook quesadillas for supper.
And I'm cooking.
Oh, man, I'll be honest with you. We've never been huge at celebrating really a lot of
Every day is Valentine's Day.
Every day is Valentine's Day. That's right. She's got that right. But we've never been huge at celebrating any of the corporate holidays. We just kind of have our own feelings for it. You know, we celebrate other ways throughout the year, you know, for marriage and being together. So we don't necessarily wait for a holiday to tell us that we have to go out and get somebody something or do something. But absolutely, y'all celebrate it however you feel. I guess I'm sounding like the Scrooge here. All right. Tim says all the equipment's at their house in Vermont. Oh, well, that just makes it not any closer. So next time you're in Vermont, swing through Florida on your way back to Texas and drop it off for us. All right. Rob asking how the dump cart and chipper's going. Figured I'd bring that out since that was on a video or multiple videos this week. Doing great. The dump cart's holding up great since the repairs. I'm not seeing any buckling, no issues, and I felt it slapped to the top as high as it go the other day. I mean, you could tell it was a tremendous amount of weight on the tractor. There was a huge amount of limbs and trees out there that we chipped and was able to get every bit of them to fit in that one dump cart. Been layering the garden. That looks good. If y'all have watched that video, I was concerned about the old green leaves looking bad out there. They're already turning brown, a real dark brown, and it actually looks kind of good. So y'all are right. Just give it a few days, and if we had some sun, I think that mulch out in the garden is going to look really good. Sadly, rain the next 5-ish days they're calling for, so I'm probably not going to finish chipping up around that oak tree and clearing it. So maybe by this weekend, maybe by first of next week, we'll go back to clearing, chipping, and get that oak tree looking pretty. So we're kind of excited about seeing that, and a lot of y'all have showed a lot of interest in that too. So
yeah, it's going to look really nice.
I think it's going to look really good. I am concerned about all the roots that I'm disturbing around that tree. I definitely don't want to damage or hurt it, so I'm going to be a little more cautious about the way I go in there and attack clearing out and filling in holes later. So we'll talk about that more on the video, and definitely get that tractor, dump cart, and chipper running some more. See here. Marty, he's starting something new for me here, and something that is near and dear to my heart. He says, you need a mini excavator after that dump trailer. That is exactly right. Boy, do I want a mini excavator so bad. But, yeah, they cost about what a house does. So, not right now. Although we did find one the other day that somebody has for sale in their yard. Problem is it's going to require, I don't know, probably $10,000 to repair it and get it running. So, nah, I'm not interested in a big expensive project right now, but boy, do I want a mini excavator. I've got stumps I want to dig up and a lot of work that I could do.
Doesn't hurt to dream.
Doesn't hurt to dream. And I dream a lot. I dream a lot.
He does.
Maybe we can not get a mini excavator and just have to settle for a something to go behind the tractor down the road. We'll see. Excuse me. So wood ducts, appreciate that. It says no buffering so far. Hopefully it's coming in nice and clear. Like I said, the real test is going to be when we go in the shop here in just a little bit. But what I seen the other day, I was very excited about that booster, because normally I don't believe in that type of stuff. I think it's all gimmicks, and that's why I've never ordered one before. But thus far, it seems like the real deal. David Edwards says, yes, all the cool kids have dump trailers, something to work for. I'm assuming you probably have one too. So maybe one day I can join the cool kid crowd. Danny Dunnigan says, it's very cold here in West Tennessee with the snowstorm coming. Well, I feel for all y'all, my goodness. We've heard nothing but snow today, other than the 2 or 3 of us that's down here in Florida and one in Georgia. So it feels good to be in the South sometimes. Now, when we're doing some live streams in the summer and it's 105 degrees and 100% humidity, I'll be praying that I was up north with y'all. So that's the way it works out. And mosquitoes tearing us up too.
Oh, I know. That's something we got to think about.
We had 2 warm days last week, and I haven't seen mosquitoes in really a couple months because it's been so cold.
Kind of forget about them.
Yeah, we did forget about them. We've had a lot of 20-degree days, 30-degree days, and a bunch of frost, and mosquitoes have just been non-existent. But we had 2 days bump the 80s last week, just out of the blue. Oh, them little jokers started showing up everywhere in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how they just rebound that quick from all the frost, but that's one thing I'm dreading about summertime. Out here trying to grill and hang out, mosquitoes. All right, let's see here. Bow Hunting 101 says this channel will be booming and no time. You're generally good people and have great content. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. And I think the channel will be booming quicker if we had a dump trailer. So maybe one day we'll get one of those and I'll make some videos that y'all will like to watch. But really do appreciate the feedback. Thank you there. See, Don says he agrees with him. Thank you. Thank y'all so much for the support. We truly do appreciate it. Jeff said getting a backhoe on his John Deere 4066R will let you know how it works out. I'd be very, very interested in that, because the price difference between a backhoe and a mini excavator is, I mean, there's a fraction of it. Yeah, they're not as capable as a mini X, no doubt, but you can get a lot of stuff done with a backhoe. And I've been curious about that. I'd be curious about the model that you're getting too, because you hear a big debate from a lot of people that one that just mounts to the 3-point could damage the tractor and actually cause them to break in half, although I doubt it on some of these new stout tractors. And that you better go with the brand that of tractor that you have that has the big beams that go underneath and lock into the front and fully support it. But I see a lot of people that go with the 3-point version, so I'd be curious to see if you see anything wearing out, how it works, and how easy it is to hook up to. See here. Uncle Tim says, have you seen the setup that Outdoors with Morgan has for processing firewood? Oh yeah, I watch Outdoors with Morgans a lot. Actually, I started watching Mike's channel before his channel ever blew up. Back when he had just a few thousand subscribers, just him out there cutting firewood with his original Kubota. I will admit that as busy as life's been here lately, I'm not getting to watch nowhere near the YouTube that I'd like to watch. I can't keep up with all his videos and all the other channels I like watching. I usually have just enough time at night to lay down and watch a couple channels real quick. A lot of times I can't even finish the videos because usually I'm making content, I'm editing, and I'm just so busy. But definitely have watched a lot of Outdoors with the Morgan stuff. That's where I originally got the firewood tote idea and all the other stuff he's got going on. Needless to say, that man has did some sweet talking to wind up with all the equipment that he has. He is a very smooth talker, so I'm happy for him. His channel's booming, and my goodness, he has got an unreal amount of equipment that I would love to have. I mean, I don't know why he hasn't retired yet and stayed at home playing on that equipment, making YouTube videos all day. So who knows what's in the future there. All right, Ralph said he's got to go. He's got to take his girlfriend out to eat. I'm assuming for Valentine's Day. Appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us.
Happy Valentine's
Y'all enjoy your dinner. Enjoy your Valentine's Day. And Blair Hannah says, hi, Kelley's finally made a live show. Love your channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate that. And I've noticed I've missed a lot of comments with my my talking there. Sand Hill Farm said, just priced a John Deere 35G mini excavator for busting up asphalt and digging stumps on the farm. A good friend of mine that I actually be putting our septic in later for the house, he has a 35G and just had a 50G with a cab over that he was demoing, if I remember correctly, and he loves his. He uses his 35G all the time. I mean, he digs every day, does septic tanks for a living. So maybe he'll let me record that whenever it comes over here and show that on the channel. And I got a couple stumps that I'm going to try to sweet talk him into busting out while he's over here with that piece of equipment too. So we'll have a lot of cool stuff coming up with the house build, and hopefully show off some cool equipment too, if the people will let me. Chris says Duramax can pull stumps out. I'm sure it can. I'm sure it can. All right, Team Danzer. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but that's the way I've just started pronouncing it. He said, if you're ever looking for a new chipper, you should get a Bandit 65 XP. Actually, I've never heard of a Bandit, to be perfectly honest with you. I have to look that up. And you can pull it behind your forward drive, shove about 12 saplings in there, and it just chomps them down very small. I tell you what, I have been absolutely blown away with that model, and specifically bought it because it's got a powered drive roller. That's critical. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos of those kind of 45-degree hopper vertical or gravity feed chutes is what I'm talking. And I've seen a lot of people just having to sit there and really fight and shove chips down in it. This thing right here will actually chew up just about anything I can shove in there, unless it gets just extremely limby or a lot of wrapped up vines on it. Then you may have to pull it back out to feed it. But normally I've run up to 8-inch limbs in that before, trees really 8 inches, but anything over 4 inches I've always said is firewood. So that right there probably will take care of all my needs that I'll ever have, because again, 4 inches and down, which that thing chews up and spits out, and I can stick more trees in there than y'all see me do, but a lot of times that thing really kind of outruns me depending on where my pile's at and if I'm running around grabbing limbs. But never heard of that brand. I will check them out. See, Plow says, our mosquitoes are so big here in Maryland, I found 2 ticks on one this summer. Dadgum, that's a pretty big mosquito. Did you at least pull the ticks off of him and help your buddy out? Hey, goodness gracious. We have some of those too. Some of these ones down here that literally have tiger stripes on them. I mean, they're gigantic. I call them tiger mosquitoes. They're crazy. Okay, Jeff said factory model on the backhoe, no 3-point version. All right, I'd be curious about that. I'm sure that's quite a bit pricier, but you're getting a pretty stout piece of equipment that's made specifically for the tractor, so I don't think you're going wrong there at all. Outdoors asked, does your John Deere have tubes in the tire, or are they tubeless? I'm quite certain they're absolutely tubeless, and the back ones are water filled, or I forget the name of that fluid that they put in them. They could be water or the fluid, and the fronts are just hollow as far as I know. And obviously you don't put water in the front of the tractor tires there, but I'm quite certain they're tubeless. The dealer didn't tell me they had anything in there other than water in the back. Bow Hunting 101 says, got to go get supper ready, guys. Catch y'all on the next one. God bless. God bless you.
Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, thank you so much for stopping by and chatting with us. We'll probably fire up the Blackstone here in just a little bit as the questions kind of dwindle down and do a little cooking ourselves.
This thing is awful squeaky.
Yeah, it is kind of squeaky, ain't it? We got our rocker chairs, which we're loving, but they're already squeaky, so I think I'm going to shoot some of that silicone spray on them.
Oh, there's a sticker. It says prevent squeak.
Oh, well, how about that? If I'd read the instructions, there's a sticker on the chair that shows you right where to put a drop of oil, and it says prevent squeaking. For idiots like me. All right, let's see here. Brad says rim guard. That's exactly right. Rim guard is what goes in the rear. There's some kind of fluid. I think it's supposed to help with corrosion and all on your steel rim. But I think that's what's in mine. Again, it's been a couple years, and I just knew that it was going to come with field-loaded rear tires because the dealer will not sell a front-end loader without field tires. Now, I'm assuming that's for liability reasons, so the tractor's balanced properly when you're lifting weight. Let's see, Cabin Fever says they put beet juice in them. I've heard of people doing that, but I'm quite certain, as Brad said, that we've got rim guard in those tractor tires back there. Hey, look, Dan from Back 40 Firewood just jumped on. He says, good afternoon, Kelley. Sorry I'm late. What is that on the front of your tractor? Well, no problem. Appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us. That is actually a dump cart that I built. That was the metal crate that the chipper come in right here, and I cut and bent the metal, put a mesh bottom in it, and put some sides on it, and just made me a chipper dump cart out there. So what I'll do is drop that cart off right by the chipper, back up, point the chute down in it, and as I'm chipping, it blows all the wood chips in, and I come back and pick it up with the forks, carry it out to the garden or my compost pile, and dump all those chips out. So it was a way to get a dump cart without spending $1,000, $1,500 on a real steel dump cart. So I just kind of made one out of some scrap metal and wood. Let's see what else we got here. Cabin Fever says, Rim Guard X is beet juice. Okay, well, maybe that is what's in there then. Never seen any leak out. Although whenever I have checked my air a few times, you'll see what looks like water coming out. I would assume beet juice would be darker in color, but that's just my ignorance there and assuming. So I'm assuming it's maybe got water in it, and I don't know if it's treated or not for those steel rims. So Don says, hello to Back 40 there, and Back 40 says, sweet on the dump cart, so thank you. And Chris says, can't wait for the steel dealer to open up in the morning so he can go get that $291. So yeah, Chris and I have been talking. He had a specific budget which kind of fit around a 271 Farm Boss and a 291, and it sounds like he's going to go with that 291 there. So for your budget, I think that's going to be an excellent saw. Y'all know me, I love steel. I don't think you can go wrong with anything you can go with. Now, like I said, if you can bump your budget up just a little more, that 261, that first Pro saw, oh, I think you would love it. I think you'd love it. Lighter weight and all, but I don't think you can go wrong with the 291. Several people on here own them. And 271s. My father just had one of those, although he did trade it in for 261. And I keep promising y'all that firewood video, but all this rain and all this bad weather keeps stopping me from going over there and doing that 261 and 462 comparison. And I'm gonna take my old 260 Pro saw and kind of just do a little head-to-head and a little bit of fun cutting firewood. So possibly can get that this week, but with all the rainy days they're calling for, I don't know. Maybe we can, maybe we can't. Let's see here. What else we got here? Ryan Bailey says, good afternoon from Minnesota, as he says every week. I'm sure it is freezing up there. So we've had a lot of people chime in and say it's snowing up there and minus temperatures and single digits and everything else. So, oh man, we're down here in the 40s right now and a little bit windy, just got done raining. So we'll take this versus y'all's snow and all that other mess y'all got going on.
Oh yeah.
See here. Mark asked 1 to 10, what would you give owning a Blackstone flat top? Yeah, since we show that off quite a bit, good question. How much out of a scale of 1 to 10 do you like your Blackstone? I don't think we'd call it a 10. It's not a must-have appliance, but
I'm pretty happy with it. I'm still learning how to use it, the heat adjustments and all. Like tonight when I go to cook those quesadillas, I'll have to make sure one side of it's not too hot so that I don't burn my tortillas, but I'm really enjoying it. I like to be able to spread out the food and move it and everything. So I would say, I'd say about an 8.
So an 8.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't think it's one of those accessories or appliances that we could say we could never live without, but it's pretty convenient. It's pretty fun to use. And I don't know. Maybe
the cleanup. I mean, you
don't
have all the pots and pans. And
that's true too.
Just scraping it. That's my biggest thing too. But yeah, I'm trying to experiment and do different things, kind of make it more interesting.
All right, let's see what else we got here. Dawn says in June we vacation in Panama. You take your deep sea fishing for the day, and I haul your mini mix down there for your dump trailer and use for 10 days on vacation. Well, I don't think you're going to want to go deep sea fishing on our bay boat. Pretty scary going way out there like that. So I don't know if I can take you up on a deep sea fishing trip. And plus Panama, even though it sounds like we're close, goodness gracious, that's still
3.5.
Yeah, probably 3.5, so a 7-hour round trip. It's crazy far, but we like going to a beautiful area. You're going to enjoy it. And there are, if you're serious about deep sea fishing, there are a lot of charter boats that go out down there, and party boats too, where you can get a really good deal, but you're just with quite a few different people on the boat. That'd be worth going. Really good fishing over there on Panama. Oh, let's see here. All right, Team Dancer says he's got to go for supper. See you in a bit. All right, appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us. And Ralph's talking about he's doing good for the back firewood. Hey, I thought you were going out to dinner. You better not be watching us while you're out to dinner with your girlfriend. Enjoy your Valentine's Day. Oh, goodness. And Mr. Harry's jumped on. Hey, Mr. Harry, appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us. Let's see here. Tractor Talk with Gary just jumped on. He says, hello from Iowa, minus 11 degrees there currently. Holy moly. I really feel for you. We're in the 40s here, which feels cool to us, and I apologize. I see the phone blowing around, so if you can't hear us, yeah, it's getting windy right now. Getting smoke blowing all in our face. But we just got done with 2 straight days of rain. It just quit a few hours ago, and now it's kind of cooling off quite a bit and getting a little windy on us.
Yeah, this wet cold is a little bit different than up north cold.
Yeah, it is.
It's like to the bone.
Yep, that's exactly how I describe Florida cold, because it's always damp and wet. It hurts, man. It really makes you feel like your bones are aching. Oh, excuse me here. Chris says we should try grilled pizza. You talking about on the Blackstone? That might be an idea, especially if we can get a pan or a pot to go over top to kind of steam and melt the cheese. That may be something we experiment with. And speaking of grilled pizza, we used to make little mini ones and actually put them on the grill, and we haven't done that in a while. That's something we need to do. Yeah. And I keep talking every week about these grills and cowboy cookers that I'm building. I have a pizza dome design in mind. So if I can ever get some free time to build one of these cowboy cookers, I'm going to make one that'll cook pizzas. So I'm looking forward to getting some free time to build those here coming up before long. Oh, let's see here. Rob asked, what's my biggest saltwater fish that I've ever caught? Probably an amberjack.
Or cobia?
I mean, I've caught decent sized cobia, and I've had some 80-pound cobia around me, but probably the biggest would be a 40 or 50-pound, probably 50-pound amberjack. I'd say would be my biggest fish to date. A lot of what we go out for here is grouper, snapper, a few things like that, and I mean, a 15-pound one of those is considered a pretty big fish. So our bigger fish around here is definitely cobia and amberjack, and I'm quite certain one of the amberjack I remember spearing, because I like to do a lot of spear fishing too. It was, I don't know, probably well in the 40 some odd inch long, maybe 4 foot long, and probably close to 50 pounds. I'd have to go pull that old picture back up there.
That's nice.
But yeah, and we actually love amberjack too. A lot of people say they don't like them, but over here on the West Coast, they're really good. West Coast of Florida, don't have parasites or nothing in them, and grill up excellent. Makes a nice firm meat and a good just kind of steak to throw on the grill. So yeah, we've been talking a lot about some saltwater fishing here lately. We're excited. We're so ready for spring and summer to get here, and we'll definitely be including a lot more of that on the other channels if y'all are watching that. All right, Square Deal Tot, I think I'm pronouncing your name right, says hello from the UK. Thank you so much from across the pond. Appreciate you jumping on and chatting with us. And Plow asked, where are those stick burner smokers videos? He's got a pellet smoker and it's boring, needs a good stick burner smoker. I need to get on those because I have got a couple really cool ideas of mine for a smoker too. It's just, again, finding the time. This week, with all the rainy days, I'm probably gonna be trapped in the shop, which would be a good time for smokers, but I have got to build a welding cart, a welding rack, and eventually a welding table. That requires far more of my attention and time than the smokers do right now. Now, once I can get that big table and get my shop set up a little better, that's when I kind of want to start experimenting and playing with the metal projects. But I'm wanting to do a trough style fire pit. Got a lot of people keep asking for that, and I kind of forgot about it, and I need to get on that. Pretty excited about it. Want to do some cowboy cookers with swing over grates and actual dome lids, and some big smokers, because I kind of want one for entertaining down the road. My smoker is awesome, but if, after a while, it just doesn't hold enough food if you're entertaining for a lot of people. So those projects will definitely be coming. Mr. Harry, see here, says Back 40, looking for a dump trailer. I guess he's telling Mr. Harry, I'm looking for a dump trailer. I've always been looking for a dump trailer. Want a dump trailer, can't afford a dump trailer. So maybe eventually. All right, Ed Smith said building Bluebird houses, they eat their weight in mosquitoes. That ain't a bad idea. I really do need to build some bird houses around here, and even bat houses, believe it or not, because they'll come to them and they clean up a tremendous amount of mosquitoes.
You get a lot of dragonflies.
Yeah, we do get a lot of dragonflies, so if they truly do catch mosquitoes like they say, we're good there. We get a lot of those. Actually, we were sitting out here one day, and we get yellow flies really bad during a couple times a year, or deer flies, as everybody calls them. And I remember us watching some dragonflies actually swooping down and catching some of the yellow flies. That was pretty neat to watch. So
it's pretty crazy looking.
But birdhouses, that's actually a really good idea and something I hadn't thought about for a while. And try to get some bat houses too. Get some of those around here. All right, let's see. We've got another comment that says, it looks like we're cold. It's really cold here in South Texas. That's what we keep hearing. Everybody keeps coming on saying it's really cold. We just had 2 days of rain go through, and the temperature has dropped dramatically this afternoon. It's not freezing. It's in the 40s, but it's got a little wind to it. It's damp and wet, so it's cold enough. We want jackets, and we actually really do want this fire today.
Got my blanket.
Yep. Oh, let's see here. And Dawn says, got a new deal for you to take me out fishing on the ocean. I'll get you a real big buck this coming fall in mid-Missouri. I might take you up on that one, Don. Email me. I would love to get on a Missouri deer hunt. That'd be sweet. My Animal Adventure says, I love cooking on the Blackstone. You can cook some great chicken, steaks, vegetables, even biscuits. Yeah, we just got ours, and we're still experimenting and trying to figure all that out. But it's kind of exciting right now. I don't know if eventually the new will wear off, but we love coming out here and just kind of throwing something on it. But the convenience of it's so nice. Like she said, there's practically no cleanup, not really making a pot and pan mess other than prep work. And if you'll clean it right when you're done cooking, that is key. Clean it right when you're done cooking. Scrape it real quick, get the stuff loose, oil it up real quick. It's quick cleanup, and we have yet to get a speck of rust on ours at all. So that's what we really like about it. It's just convenient.
And with just not having a stove and oven and all that right now, I have to compromise.
Well, that's true too. Our camper living is making us love our outdoor appliances more than maybe some of y'all would. So it's nice to actually come out here and have a gas grill that we use as an oven. The Blackstone, we grill, charcoal grill all the time. But honestly, even whenever we get a house, that's kind of the way we like to cook anyways. I don't like being in the kitchen and getting it super hot with a big old oven and all. We want to be on the back porch or outside grilling. It's kind of the way we've always been. But thus far, yes, we absolutely love the Blackstone. Let's see what else we got here. Plow says he means cooking on that stick burner smoker. Some videos of that. I definitely need to work on that a little more. I want to do some more smoked fish as soon as we get some more of that. And what else was we just talking about smoking the other day? Some drunken chickens would be really good. We keep talking about that. We need to do it.
I can't remember what you said.
Yeah, there was something else. We was just talking about smoking. So I'll get some more of those videos out. I love tending the fire. Love smoking on a wood smoker. And as y'all know, watching the channel, I love firewood. So it's another excuse to cut some up. And speaking of that, I'm about to go get some wood for smoking wood. And I've got 3 different kinds stashed. Well, one I got to pick up, 2 stashed. And we're going to do a smoking wood video here coming up before long. I'll show you how I cut it, the sizes, the reason why, and the types of wood that I use. So we will at least have one of those videos coming up. Let's see here. In the wood yard, says hello, Kelley's and all. So Chris just stopped by. Thank you for stopping by and chatting with us. We appreciate that. Rodney Palmer says, hey, just made it. You sound like you have more projects than time to do them. You're catching on to that, are you? That is exactly right. Yes. I find myself in that predicament all the time. And I thought whenever I left my last job and would pursue YouTube full time that I would have so much time that I would run out of projects and ideas and content. That ain't the case at all. That is absolutely not. I do at least 5 days a week. We try to still enjoy our weekends. Sometimes I'll do Saturdays and Sundays trying to knock some stuff out. And I still tell y'all every week, hey, I've got these dreams and ambitions to build smokers and this, that, and the other. And it's hard finding the time. And once we start building this house, oh man, we're absolutely going to be pressed for time. The house is going to have to take priority. But so goes life, right? Purple Call Life just jumped on. Appreciate you stopping by us. Says, hey everyone, just had a minute to hop on plowing snow and clearing space for the snowstorm that's coming for the next few days. That's a common theme today for all y'all up north. So sorry.
What a chore.
Yeah, I know. I hate that you're dealing with all the snow, and us Floridians will think about you. Y'all are probably hating me right now.
No.
It's been raining here, if that makes you feel any better.
I don't think it does.
Probably doesn't help at all. Chris at the Woodyard says it was minus 13 there this morning. So,
God, I feel so bad for the animals when I think about that. I mean, I know that they're built for that, but I feel bad.
I don't know how y'all's animals handle it being outside up there. I'm sure y'all have to do something very, very specific to take care of your animals. I wouldn't even know where to start.
No.
See here. Mark B says, I would think that one major benefit of cooking on a flat top is zero flare up. That's exactly right.
You're making me hungry talking about
I
this
know.
Blackstone.
We're about to have to go fire the Blackstone up. She might go do that here in just a second. But yeah, if you have a flare up on a Blackstone, you've got a problem. I don't think they quite get hot enough to flare up the oil. Actually, no, we've run it wide open whenever we seasoned it for the first time and smoked the oil off. But no, it absolutely will not flare up and ignite.
I wonder if it's alcohol they use or something for the hibachi grills, how they like flame them up and everything.
Great. We got Hibachi Queen here that's wanting to know how they do it at the hibachi grills and flare up. She's like, we could try alcohol, this, that, and the other. So y'all pray for me. My shop's probably going to burn down here one of these days as she's trying to make.
No, you do a good job of that with the cheese on the grill and bacon.
Yeah, well, we're not talking about all that. All right, so Mr. Harry just made a donation there.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Harry.
Thank you so much for that. We truly do appreciate it. So thank you. And he just left a comment too. He says he likes pecan wood for smoking. So absolutely, pecan or pecan, wherever you're from, however you pronounce it. I get made fun of all the time for saying pecan. It's just an old Southern thing.
That's how we say it.
I love it. My favorite wood, without a doubt, for smoking fish on. It can be a bit bitter and a bit strong, but we love a strong smoke flavor. I don't use it for everything. Absolutely love it. And thank you so much again for the donation. We truly do appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's jump back up and catch a couple of these comments that I missed. And Rodney asked, do you ever go get the wood that you was talking about last week? I did not, and that's what I'm still talking about. I still need to go do that chainsaw comparison. I have some hickory that I'm going to go pick up that I'm going to use for smoking, and I have quite a bit of oak to pick up. Problem was, excuse me, it just rained and rained and rained, and the weather was not good. And then you had 2 80-degree days that we weren't super excited about cutting firewood in either. And I tried to knock a lot of stuff out around here. We'll try to go this week, but it's 70% chance of rain for the next 5 days. So I don't know if I'm going to find an opportunity or a window to get over there, because I need to make a full day of it and do a bunch of chainsaw cutting up and loading firewood. And like the last thing I want to do is go run saws in a bunch of wet wood, have a bunch of muddy ground to work on, and be lifting a bunch of wet, dirty wood. So I hope it ain't pushed off another week, but it may be. But I'm still absolutely planning on going and getting all that wood and making those videos and doing those chainsaw comparisons that I've been telling y'all about. Excuse me. Dusty Warren just jumped on and says hello from Eastern North Carolina. Appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us. And Plow says his buddy uses electric smoker to season his wood for his wood smoker. Huh, how about that? It's basically an oven. I don't see why that wouldn't work. And I have an electric smoker, so that's a thought. But I tend, the way I split my little chunks for my small smoker, they tend to season so quick because they're split, they're barkless, and they're small size. So I've never really had an issue with them not burning well. And I always start my smoker with a tiny little bit of charcoal to get me a coal bed going, and then I turn it to straight wood coals for the next several hours that I smoke. But that's definitely a thought. Oh, yeah. Mark says, Tiff, I wasn't suggesting you try to make a flare up. Well, it sounds like she already had that thought in her head, Mark. So, again, great. Awesome. Gonna burn my shop down. And Craig says, what's up, y'all? Love the channel. Craig, appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us. Thank you. And Mr. Harry says, apple and orange, also great. You know what? Applewood is something else I keep completely forgetting about. Just don't have a whole lot of access to that type of wood around here. I never actually tried orange, so that could be an interesting wood. But 99% of what I smoke with is oak because it's abundant. We have it everywhere, and that's what the majority of your barbecue joints in the South smoke with. So it's just kind of an acquired taste, I guess. You get used to it. Again, pecan for certain situations. Hickory is another awesome one down here. A lot of people smoke with hickory. The list goes on and on and on. You could use so many, but again, oak is so abundant, and I find it has good flavor for a lot of different meats. That's what I use. But we've talked about this enough. We're going to do a video, hopefully this coming up week on that, next week at the latest, once I get the 3 types of wood that I'm showing. And nobody's really mentioned it unless I missed it. Cherry. Cherry is another excellent smoking wood. Okay, somebody may have missed or mentioned it then. All right, Lee Weaver says, Pecan, that's what you, oh, pecan. Pecan. That's what you use when you don't have a toilet. That sounds like one of my Uncle Gary jokes. Well, we might have to put a pecan in the storm shelter, so we'll see. I'm gonna save that joke.
Yeah.
Goodness. David Edwards says, "Have you tried smoking with cherry?" There it is. You got friends that use it. Believe it or not, cherry is very abundant here, and I've never really smoked much with it that I can remember. Maybe a time or two. And I want to say I remember it giving an excellent like presentation, color to the meat and all. But I've been so stuck on oak. However, I've got enough cherry this year and enough that I can make barkless that I am going to smoke with some cherry. So we'll try to do that more and more, especially as I start building smokers and we start doing a little more cooking on the channel. I'm kind of excited to experiment on that side of things because let's face it, firewood and wood is a big part of the channel. So smoking might as well be a big part of that too. And I love building projects. So we're definitely
and you get to cook for me.
And I get to cook for her, something she's excited about. So yep, we'll do a comparison of the different types of wood coming up. That's something I'm pretty curious about. Pretty, golly, pretty boy. The more I watch these live streams and listen to myself, I am Southern as can be, y'all. I know y'all got to be chuckling all the time. The one guy says I pronounce tractor with a
Tractor.
He spelled it for me, Traktor. I'm like, man, oh man. Oh goodness. Oh, see what else we got here. Oh, Mr. Harry's laughing at the pecan joke. Mark B says, Andrew, which style chains do you run on your saws, green or yellow? I run the full chisel yellow chains. I've got some green ones for my little MS 170. Honestly, I can't tell much of a cutting difference there. And that little saw, might as well just run the old green chains. They seem to be the most common. But my 260 Pro and my 462 especially, full chisel RS yellow chains. And they're cutting so stinking good. I don't even really find a need to experiment. I know a lot of people ask me if I want to run a skip tooth or some other types of chain, but the full chisel yellow chains seem to be working so well. I don't have any reason to get away from them. They sharpen very well. They last, even bumping the dirt a few times, they still seem to cut pretty well for me. And that steel 2-in-1 sharpener just works excellent on them. So that's probably the chain I'm going to continue to stick with, unless I get something like an Alaskan mill. Then I'll get for sure, at least a single skip chain, something to take the load off the saw. Oh, let's see here. Mr. Harry says, how about blackjack oak? That is a very common type to cook with. The problem is I haven't seen much blackjack oak down here in quite a long time. And you talk about some tough stuff to cut and split, but definitely another popular choice. Excuse me. Dusty says, what's my favorite wood in the fire pit? Me personally, I'm a cherry fanatic. I love cherry. And the reason I like it for a fire pit, which we burn a lot of oak, that's what we're burning tonight. But the reason I love cherry is that crackle, that pop. It dries really quick, seasons well, flames up nice. That kind of burns through quick, but it leaves beautiful chunk coals when you're done too. It always makes me want to cook on it. Yeah, the oak lasts longer and all, but for strictly talking recreational burning and outside, I love cherry. Inside, probably cherry is not my favorite because of that crackling pop and it throwing sparks and chunks off. You definitely want to keep a screen in front of a fireplace. In a stove, it wouldn't matter so much, but yeah, outside cherry. But 99% of what I burn is oak because that's 99% of what I get. It's just oaks everywhere around here. And I want to start experimenting with some pine this year. It seems to season very well, and for outside burning, who cares? You always hear about the creosote and all, but it doesn't matter in a fire pit. So as soon as I can get some big pine for my tree service company, I want to split some of that up and try as well and see how quick that it seasons and how well it burns. I think that's going to be a good wood for outside. Don says hello from Waynesville, North Carolina.
Hi.
Hey, appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us. Got Tractor Talk with Gary. He says, I may have missed it, buffering issues, but we use hickory up here in Iowa. Yeah, I mentioned hickory. I'm actually going to go get some this week. I have an uncle that had a hickory tree blow down, and going to go get some big chunks there if I can find a day that it's not pouring rain. I've been trying to do this trip for 3 weeks, and we're going to get some more oak and a few other things, but kind of looking forward to doing that little series on smoking wood, and hickory is definitely going to be a part of it. Another very popular choice here. Plow says oak and hickory is our go-to wood in Maryland. To get apple or cherry, you have to cut down your neighbor's fruit trees. Yeah, don't do that. Might get shot. And Jimmy says, got to go check these, what's that, T-bones out on the flat stone for big day. Take care, God bless. Thank you for the Amazon card. Oh, that's right. Yeah, congratulations for that. You spent it well.
Yes.
Well, hopefully you got something that you enjoyed, and thank you for stopping by and chatting with us, Jimmy.
Have a good dinner.
Appreciate it. Rob asked, what tool do you use for sharpening your chain? It's the Steel 2-in-1 sharpener. I love it. I absolutely love it. Actually, I just watched Chris's sharpening video at In the Woodyard the other day. He uses a Dremel tool with a little stone sharpener, and I thought my 2-in-1 was quick. That looks really quick. But in all reality, I can sharpen a chain on like an 18-inch bar, for example. 3 minutes tops with my 2-in-1 sharpener. I'm done. I'm back to work. I can carry it with me in the field, sharpen on the back of the Ranger, bed of the truck. I love it. It may not make it perfectly sharp, but I can't tell. I went from going and having somebody to sharpen my chains because it was just aggravating, could never get it right with just a single round file, to now I have people literally bringing their chainsaws to get-togethers and parties that we go to, and we'll be out there on the bed of the truck, and I'm sharpening it with a 2-in-1. And a lot of people have bought them because it really works. It really works. Yeah, there may be better ways out there to get a sharper chain, but for just convenience, love it. I now own 3 of them because you have to have one for whatever size chain that you run. And I've got one that pretty much have done wore the round files out on. I need to replace as well. So they get a lot of use from me. Excuse me. CK Fab says a blackjack and pine is about all we got here in Clay Hill. Yeah. Well, a lot of blackjack. That's awesome. We have mostly laurel oak and water oak around here, and quite a bit of live oak, but we typically don't cut those. Very nasty, stringy stuff, hard to split, but burns hot, burns good. And I'll take it whenever it's being offered for free. And yeah, Chris at In the Woodyard says cherry is his favorite too. I absolutely agree. I've watched plenty of your videos, and I can tell that it's near and dear to your heart like me. Every time I see a cherry tree, I just like, I gotta have it. I gotta stop. I gotta cut it. I gotta have it. I love the way it looks. Love the way it crackles, pops. Smells good. That's another thing I forgot to mention a minute ago. I just like the way it smells. But the seasoning, real quick too, is something I love. 4 to 6 months in Florida sun, I can burn cherry pretty easy. Let's see what else we got here. Plow says he mostly burns pine in his fire pit. I feel like using his oak for his wood stove. That's probably the perfect way to burn it. And if we had inside burning, I hear a lot of people say, you know, pine truly is fine. It's all about having seasoned wood and burning hot inside. But I would probably do the same thing you do. Save pine for outside, oak for inside. Oh, get smoke in our eyes here. Eyes are burning. Let's see here. Mark says, Andrew, do you have an angle on replacing your fire pit tank stock in the future? Fire pit tank. Oh, do I have an angle on replacing it or replenishing it? I guess you're asking there. Yes, I actually have a hookup to a big manufacturing facility up north that will honestly bring them down by the semi-load. So that is an option, although it's quite costly. So as of right now, I'm going to keep doing the way I've always done, keep scouring Craigslist, Facebook, Marketplace, and you know, things like that. But there's ways out there. If you look around, stumble around, you can find those tanks quite often. Problem is the really big size that I'm really looking for, those big 41-inch tanks like this, extremely difficult to find. I've yet to stumble across any more right now because that's not a common residential size. So that's the ones I'm really looking for, and I'm struggling. But residential sizes, you can kind of, I won't say find them everywhere, but you can stumble around and come across, you know, quite a bit of them.
Should I go fire it up?
Yeah, you can go ahead. She's going to go fire the Blackstone up and kind of get ready. I'll answer a few more of these questions, and if y'all want to hang out with us, we'll do a little cooking and keep answering some questions. Let's see here. Bobby says, what's the reason for the debarking for smoking wood in Wassissa? I personally find smoke can be a bit bitter and give an off-putting taste. That's the reason I always like my smoking wood to have that, you know, be barkless. That's the way I prefer it. So that's it. I just think it kind of gives a little flavor that I personally don't like. And Rodney asks, so when you get your house built, are you going to have a backup generator when the power goes out? I have a big generator that we bought that'll run on propane or gas. Whenever we went through a gas scare a few years ago when we had back-to-back hurricanes hit and you couldn't find gas. People were traveling through and just wiping out the stations. So I knew for sure I wanted one that could be dual purpose and run on propane. It will run our entire house with the exception of the central AC. However, we're going to have a backup small AC. So we'll talk about that more as the house goes on, but I actually already have that generator. It's not a true backup, so it doesn't kick on automatically. I'll have to go out there and start it, but it was a fraction of the cost of a true backup generator too. Plus I can use it, you know, kind of around our property right here. So we pretty much already have that covered. And I even have a much smaller one. That's kind of been my original one. So if I want to run something out here at the shop if we lose power for days. Keep my deep freezer and refrigerator running out here. So we're pretty well set up on the generators. But we had originally talked about doing a big whole house one. The cost kind of drove us away. As soon as you know how it works out. As soon as you get one that costs $5,000 or $6,000, you don't lose power for 10 years. It's just the nature of the beast. Actually, ever since I bought the big one a couple years ago, we haven't lost power long enough that I've really fired it up more than one time. So who would have thought? See here. And everybody's talking about the wood. Tim Breathole says, why do ladies love to chip wood? And Melissa Morgan is a chipper girl too. I don't know why that is, but I have noticed that. It's just a fun piece of equipment to them. I know personally I like it because it's awesome to take this nasty looking pile of limbs, this junk that's not pleasing to the eye, running it to a chipper, watch it disappear, and it comes out as that beautiful looking mulch on the other side, and you've taken a pile that would fill up a yard and down to just a few dump carts. So maybe they like it for the same reason. I don't know. Or maybe Tiffany just really dreams about throwing me in there and chipping me up, and she gets some excitement out of that. Who knows? And Mark says, I'll bet Bucking Billy doesn't use a 2-in-1. Well, I bet you're right, but I'm not Bucking Billy Ray, so I would never say I'm anywhere near on that man's level. So, yeah, I'm sure that would be a sin to him to use a quick sharpening tool like that. For me, it works, and I'm going to stick with it. And I ain't ashamed to use a 2-in-1 sharpener. A Outdoor says, don't worry, Andrew. People always ask me where I'm from because of my accent. I'm telling you, people think I'm from Alabama, Mississippi, or somewhere else. Every time I tell them Florida when I'm traveling, they're like, huh? Yeah, we talk funny down here too. All right, Brian says, propane cost for a week is insane for a whole house generator. It absolutely is. But I can tell you what, when I want a hot shower or some water or flush a toilet, I'll run it on propane in a heartbeat. But that big generator, I mainly plan on running gas only. Plus, that keeps internal parts lubricated too in the carburetor and things like that. But if we can't find gas for some reason or I run out, we've always got propane tanks around here everywhere for cooking. And I'm going to see if I can get a regulator put in on our big whole house tank once we build the house that will bring it down to whatever pressure I need for the generator and literally have a 250-gallon tank that could run it for days if needed. Yeah, the cost is astronomical compared to gas, but again, when I need a hot shower, I don't care. I'm going to run that thing. Mark says, he's laughing out loud. I'm with you, buddy. I'm a 2-in-1 guy all day long. That's right. Sometimes there's better ways to do things. Sometimes there's decent ways to do things that are quicker. And that 2-in-1 sharpener is the latter of the two. And while I'll continue to use it. And CK Fab has another excellent point. Propane does absolutely keep forever. So that is one thing I was kind of excited about with the generator. Plus, it doesn't gunk up your carburetors and all. But again, I think if you were to run a generator on straight propane forever, your O-rings and other small components in there wouldn't get lubricated. It's the way I've always understood it. And you could wind up with issues. So I like having a dual purpose one that can run fuel, two different types of fuel and lubricate itself. Man, it's getting kind of chilly out here. Don says he'll never use anything but a 2-in-1 sharper. Hey, why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as the old saying goes. And CK Fab's talking about that as well. Said he just got him a 2-in-1 for his steels as well. He really likes that. So I love them. I recommend them to people all the time. It's not a gimmick. It works. I now have over $100 worth of them, but they work. They work extremely well. All right. See, Hartley Homestead in Michigan just jumped on and says, good evening. Appreciate you stopping by. Let me know when you're ready, babe.
Just a minute.
Okay. All right. So the reason I'm talking in the background is some of y'all just jumped on. We're actually going to do a little cooking here in a minute on the Blackstone. Kind of something we've been doing at the end of a lot of these live streams. And I'll continue to answer questions if y'all have them. But we're just going to kind of carry the camera inside. We just put a cell phone booster in too. So we're really wanting to try that out today and see if the signal's boosted enough inside this metal building. Maybe not on an old nasty rainy day, but we'll find out. And Mark says, Tiff and Andrew, thank you very much for your Sunday chats. Enjoy your President's Day. He's out. All right, Mark, appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us, and hopefully we'll catch you next Sunday. And let's see what else we got here. Mr. Harry's on. He says he's got to go. He'll see you later. All right. Appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us, Mr. Harry. And A Outdoor says, what are we cooking tonight? We're not doing nothing fancy. We just, we've been going this weekend. Huh? Okay, she says to let you know it's carne asada quesadillas. We've been gone this weekend. We had to do a little bit of traveling for some family events, and just got back a few hours ago. So we were not too excited about getting out and doing an extravagant supper. So we're just going to kind of make some quesadillas. I love Mexican food, and I love actually I like all kinds of food. That's why I'm so fat. But Mexican's one of my favorites. So she asked today, "What do you want?" I was like, "We haven't had quesadillas in a while." So we're going to make steak and chicken ones here, and I'm about to grab the phone and head that way here in just a second. All right, and CK Fab says, interested in seeing how the booster works as well, needing something from inside the shop. Well, that's what we're about to do. Y'all can continue to ask questions, but I'm about to snatch the phone. We're going to go inside the shop here and watch Tiffany cook and answer some more of your questions. So fingers crossed the booster works well enough for live streaming inside this metal shop. All right, turn y'all around that way. And here's the Blackstone everybody keeps talking about. There's that sizzle. Oh, it already smells so good. So what is that, just onions and peppers?
Yeah, some of the peppers that we put away from the garden, those cubanellas and sweet peppers, and then onions.
Yeah, that's right. So this is some of our peppers, like she said, from the garden this past year. You can vacuum seal and freeze those, or she might have just put those in regular Ziploc bags.
They were vacuum sealed.
Okay, vacuum sealed. They last very well. They're not going to be crunchy, but you don't really need them crunchy in a dish like this. So Andy says, do we ever do ranch mushrooms? No, we do not. But actually, the restaurant that we were at last night, we got well, somebody else got mushrooms as an appetizer, fried mushrooms with ranch. So, and Chris says, music's to his ears, isn't it? Oh, this fat boy's loving that sound. Hey, Outdoorsers, I'm with you. I love all kinds of food too. And the doctor tells me all the time I need to lose weight. Heck with them doctors. I definitely need to go on a diet. But I have a feeling I'm going to lose some weight once I start building the house and get a bunch of other crazy stuff going on.
We've been doing a little bit better.
We have. We've been watching blood pressure and a few other things and kind of watching what we're eating. Which something like this I don't think is horrible for you. All right, Andy says for those mushrooms, you do half butter, 1 pound button mushrooms, and a packet of ranch in the crock pot. Oh, that does sound different. Okay, I was thinking it'd be like the fried mushrooms that we had last night. No. Yeah, way different. That might be something worth trying. I'm not the world's biggest mushroom fan for texture and taste, but mushrooms do a really good job of soaking up flavor. So. And he said they're called medical practitioners for a reason. They're just practicing. Hopefully we don't have any on here. Sorry. What all's in that? Is that a bunch of garlic in there too?
No, that's the carne asada.
Oh, okay.
We get this from Walmart, and it's a pretty mild seasoning, and it's really good.
Yeah, I can tell you the liquid carne asada. Holy moly!
We don't do that like authentic kind that they have.
Yeah, it tastes great, but oh my goodness, it'll burn you up. All right, Richard Brown just jumped on, said good evening. Thanks for stopping by and chatting with us, Richard. We are actually at the portion of the show where we were sitting out here by the fire, and now we're coming inside cooking and just kind of chatting with everybody. And Rodney says it's okay to cheat sometimes. Problem is we cheat every night.
No, we don't.
Well, maybe not.
We would if we could.
Yeah.
This thing's going to be dirty tonight.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to let you do the cleaning.
Awesome. Gee, thanks. Well, you cook. I guess I can clean.
That's right.
Yep.
I'll put my steak on in a minute.
Yep. Richard said dinner looks great. We certainly hope so. We got to chatting about the Blackstone so much on there, we figured we'd cook on it.
Smells good.
It smells great. So, y'all can continue to ask questions if you have any questions about anything on the property or equipment or upcoming videos, etc.
So what is going to be your schedule this week if all this rain, other than the cart that you talked about?
Yeah, maybe possibly do the welding cart. Like I said, if it's raining, they're calling for a lot of rain this week. If I can find one clear day on weather, we're going to go get that firewood I keep telling everybody about, that oak and hickory, and we're going to do some chainsaw cutting too. We got to do that. I really need to split some more firewood. I've got a lot to do this week, and I'm really concerned about the weather. And I got to start getting all of our tax stuff ready. So excited about taxes. Yay. And A Outdoors says, you have a great sense of humor, Tiffany. She has to tolerate me.
He rubs off on me.
Yeah. And Texas Bow Hunter says it's snowing there in Texas, so sorry to hear that. Just got done pouring rain in here and nasty. And sorry for shaking the phone so bad. And Dan says glad he was able to find what we needed for our computer access. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, I missed quite a few comments. Oh, Dan Solo Asylum says, dang it, he turned it right on while we were cooking again. And Outside Shop asked if I got my 1099 from Google yet. Yes, I did. I actually did get that. Got it a couple weeks ago. There's a couple more forms that I'm still waiting on for some other things here. So I'm trying to figure all that out for my first year. Ralph's back on. Hopefully dinner was good. He said to let you know this looks good.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, Shab, that's crazy. You're still waiting on yours. I think it was 2 weeks ago I got mine. And just stumbled upon RV Adventures. Says they love their Blackstone cheeseburgers are their favorite.
We love our smash burgers.
Yeah, we like doing smash burgers.
And Philly steaks and all that.
Yep. So Salem asked, does my tractor have AC? Heck yeah, it better. There's no way I could be inside that thing in Florida without it. And wonder why it idles so high. Maybe that's because of the way I always leave it idling. Because these tractors have Tier 4 emissions in them, basically a catalytic converter. I do not let my tractor idle low because the higher that it idles and the hotter the exhaust gas temperatures are, I've noticed the less that it has to regenerate. So that might be why you're always seeing it idling high in the videos. I don't keep it on low just for that regeneration. And Aaron says, does the 4066 have the hydraulic lines for the Grapple? No, it does not. Because whenever I bought this tractor, there was about a 6-month wait, if I remember correctly, on them. And I took the one that was on the lot because I could not wait. I had just sold my other tractor. But we are going to be adding third function in the future because I will be getting a Grapple. And we'll be adding those lines. And I'm probably going to go with the original John Deere, third function kit. So that's coming. Ralph, I did tell her to keep that long hair, and I promise you I'll continue to tell her to do that. And Solo Sound, okay, yeah, that's the reason why. I idle high for a reason.
I'm dropping stuff.
She's dropping stuff.
Trying to keep that from drying out.
Yep. So this is some diced up sirloin right here for the steak portion. Oh, golly, it smells so good. Y'all let me know if we're having any buffering issues, too. Last time I was in this portion of the shop, it would not let me really stay in here long before it wanted to cut off and buffer on everybody. Hopefully this new cell booster right here is doing its job. And we got another vote for you to keep your long hair.
Oh, okay. Good. All right, I'll keep it.
Oh, she's going to keep it.
I don't want to get divorced over it either.
Yes. Keep your hair. And A Outdoors asked, was our Blackstone expensive? No, it was not. This is one of the cheaper models. They have a Pro Series that's stainless all on the front and has cabinets. And it was like $200 more than this one. But I want to say, what did we pay for this one? Was it $299?
I think that's what you told me.
Yep. So $299, and this is the biggest model that they offer as far as a 36-inch top. But again, you can get the Pro models with all the extra bells and whistles, but it was just a lot more expensive. All right. CK says a skip or two every now and then. All right. Well, like I said, signal did seem a little low today, but the last time we tried this, it just was not working out in here at all. So it has improved it some. And A Outdoors, there's you another vote for your long hair. Nobody's commenting on my hair.
All right, this is going to be interesting. Make sure I don't burn the tortillas. I need to get a
What about the chicken?
thermometer. What's that? No, this should be plenty. Once all the peppers and onions are mixed in, it's going to make plenty.
Well, I lied to everybody. I told them we were doing chicken too. Guess we're not. And yeah, that would be kind of neat if we can find a thermometer that can sit on top and let us know.
Well, I mean, we're gonna do the laser one.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I need to get one of the laser ones. I don't know why I don't have one. And CK is definitely, he says that the signal's definitely better than before. So awesome. That means he was here the last time we tried to test this shop and it would not work. And how fast do I do a lot with my tractor? Yes. There's no way we can own this property and do what we do without that tractor. It's just, it gets used honestly every single day. And RV Adventures, I'm going to keep it short on your name so we can talk a little quicker. But you got a great point on doing the Martin house or the bird house. I need to figure out where I can put some of them. I don't really have trees up close here. Those are all pines. I guess I could just do a birdhouse on a pole, or can you put the birdhouses on shop poles where they actually use it like that, or give me a little feedback on it. That'd be a fun woodworking project too, building some birdhouses. Hadn't done that in a long time. Well, this might be a quick cooking video.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
Quesadillas are real quick. Solo Asylum says, we were going to leave your hair comments alone since you brought it up. What's wrong with my hair? And yes, I have a full head of hairs. Everybody thinks I don't. I just keep it short because it's hot in Florida. I hate hair. I hate it.
Now, I'm not using all this oil for our food. It's just to keep it from drying out. I don't want y'all to think, man, she's really oily.
I doubt they are.
You gotta keep it from drying out.
That's one thing critical about these. As soon as you get done with your food, go ahead and scrape, oil it, and it is ready to go for the next cooking.
I'm trying to get me somewhat of a cleaner surface to put my tortillas on here.
Golly, that smells so good.
Alright, let me toss this one more time and then we're ready.
Yep. Alright, bats eat their weight every night, says Andy. I've always heard that myself, and I definitely need to try to attract some more around here. And Solo Asylum says, yeah, I can see here that cleaning that oak up is going to open up that view. That's right. So you can see, I'm sorry, I'm losing focus. You can see how much we have already cleared out right here. But imagine the other side being gone, you can look through. But the house is going to go right over here, and the back porch is going to be looking back across this way into our pasture. So that's the main reason we want it cleared up. But it's going to give us a beautiful view. We can watch our little dog run around, keep an eye on the animals. All right. Kind of missing what's going on over here.
Your favorite part?
Thanks, A Outdoors. Says my hair is great. Don't change it at all. And yes, this is my favorite part. Cheese. I love cheese. See, Dennis says you can send me, I'm assuming, a couple inches of snow. No, thank you. Don't want them. I'll send you some 100-degree temps in summer. Oh, that looks good.
It does. I should have got some white cheese, like some mozzarella. I think that would have been kind of good.
You can't go wrong with cheddar. I love cheddar.
I know.
Yes, A Outdoors, that does look good. Solo Sound says, what is this snow everybody keeps talking about? I'm with you, buddy. Sometimes Florida, I can't stand it, and then there's times like this, I love Florida. No snow here. All right, while she's making this second one, I kind of want to do a test with y'all. I'm going to go in this room that we could never, ever, ever live stream in. So I'm going to stand in here for just a second. If y'all would, please let me know if it starts buffering real bad, or if we could potentially do live streams in here in the future. This is where we do kind of our prep work and potential cooking. So I'm kind of staying here for a couple minutes while she cooks outside and get a little bit of feedback from y'all. So Sam says, white stuff on the ground here is called sand. That's right. Welcome to the beach. And just Stone Across RV Adventures says, You like your house facing the northwest? Ours is going to be facing pretty much due north. All right, so any buffering issues? Am I coming in loud and clear to everybody? All right, thanks, Chris. Says we're good. That's awesome. This booster's really working, so that's going to really open up possibilities for us live streaming here in the future. Coming in good as the shop, they said. Awesome.
Good.
The booster actually works. It really works. We could never, ever do that in the past.
Then.
Yes, it was absolutely worth the money. In the past, as soon as I walked in there, it was ready to drop everything.
Oh, yeah, those look good.
Look awesome. And so Salem says, are we looking into doing any solar or off-grid stuff? We had talked about it a long time ago, and I'm going to be honest with you. I have yet to look into solar in years. So, excuse me, I don't know if there's any like tax credits, write-offs, if it's really worthwhile. But I haven't really looked into it recently, and shame on me for not doing that. But that's something we may look into in the future. All right, so everybody's saying we're coming in loud and clear. That's awesome. Thank y'all so much for giving me that feedback. I'm feeling really good about that buffer purchase right there. I didn't really know it was going to work this well, but it does. And see, Jenny says, so where do we place our orders? We're working on the app where you can do your food orders online, but you're going to have to come pick them up. And Danny asked, do I use non-ethanol gas in my saws? Absolutely. Every piece of small equipment that I have around this property, I run non-ethanol. And we call it boat gas around here. That's what all the gas stations do. Luckily, because it's such a heavy boating state and the Gulf is nearby, a lot of gas stations around here carry non-ethanol. Yes, it's quite a bit more money. Well, it's not bad, but it's definitely more money. But every single piece of small equipment I have, from this Ranger to my saws to weed eaters, everything non-ethanol. I truly believe in it. CK says it's the batteries that'll break the bank on the solar. You're right. I've seen some. RV Venture says order up. Yeah, looks like it. Need a little bell. Ding.
And I made some Chipotle ranch to go on the top of it too. So that'll be good.
That's right. Mm-hmm. We love Chipotle. So Chipotle ranch, to kind of drizzle on it, dip in there. So appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Hopefully y'all are enjoying this. Oh, look, our buddy Cass just jumped on.
Oh, late to the party.
He says, I'm late. Yeah, you are late, buddy. We've been at this an hour and 22 minutes, and now you want to join. We've done had our dump trailer talks and everything without you.
Yep.
So now we're at the cooking portion of the show, just kind of hanging out. What is this? A piece of steak? All right, thank you.
And I'm cooking these pretty slow because they could get hot real fast and just burn the outside.
Yeah, they could. That'll melt the cheese good. Oh, David says since using non-ethanol, he hasn't had any issues with small equipment. I haven't either, other than I did get bad gas for the first time in my life here recently. And it was just one tank full. I don't know if it had water in it or what, but it caused my log splitter to run pretty bad. And once I drained it all out and cleaned it out, I've been great ever since. But I'm a big firm believer in non-ethanol. All right, we've had a few other people jump on. See, Jenny says, you're putting him to shame with his griddling. Oh, Cash says he's smoking some ribeye steaks. You nasty joker. Yeah, I ain't never heard of really smoking steaks, but
we're
I don't
hear about this.
I know, I don't see why that wouldn't work just fine.
Yeah.
All right, Tim says he's got to go. Enjoy your dinner. Thanks for stopping by, Tim. Team Danzer's back on. And Ralph said to let you know you're doing an excellent job of cooking.
Thank you.
Uncle Tim says we fixed some carne asada tacos today. Well, we're right here with you. We got carne asada quesadillas. I can't think straight.
Say that fast 3 times. I'm just trying to clean as I go so I can make your job a little easier.
All right. Dan says he likes the idea of triangle tote bladders. I guess you're talking about for the tops. Yeah, I'm going to work on something like that this week. Vulcan says you're killing it on the Blackstone.
Thank you.
And Richard says he's looking forward to videos on the shop improvement projects. As you can see, I actually got out here and cleaned up quite a bit yesterday. I couldn't stand it. I had so much junk everywhere, swept the shop out, but I'm slowly getting it organized, but this is not working for me. All this metal and stuff over here, or 8x8 timbers, I want all that out the way. I'm going to build me a metal storage cart over here that's on wheels, that actually has legs and arms that come out that'll hold 4x8 sheets of metal and 10-foot sticks. And eventually, all my my diesel cans over here, I'm getting them out. I'm going to do a diesel storage tank, open that area up. I actually think about doing a wood stove over there for heat. Got to build a welding cart so that tank doesn't fall over one day and cause problems. And clean that whole area out over there. And I'm going to build me either a 3x6 welding table or a 4x8. So a lot of projects coming up. Love metalworking. Slowly getting this organized and getting good workspace. And eventually, going to put a 2-post car lift right there too. I've got more dreams than money. All right, Rob says he's got to go take care. Appreciate you coming by. Cash says sorry he was cleaning up splitting wood and greasing up his dump trailer to get more wood tomorrow. Yeah. Solo Asylum says he is starving now. Yeah. And Cash says he's been smoking those steaks for 3 hours. My goodness, man.
Oh my gosh. So
we're going to have to try that. That does sound pretty good. I love smoke.
Okay, so are they going to come out medium rare or what's?
Yeah, how do you cook your steaks, Cash, on the smoker? You you do a well done. We're medium rare people. And Don says smoked pork steaks are his favorite. Pork steak ain't a bad idea. I don't know if it's been a long time since we've done a pork steak.
Yeah, I'll typically get those.
And Ralph asked what part of the state we live in. We're actually in north central, up near Tallahassee. We're kind of out in the middle of nowhere, really not near any cities. I'd just say we're east of Tallahassee, but quite a ways off, about 30 miles from Tallahassee. And Cash asked, did Tiffany get me a dump trailer for Valentine's Day? Nope, because I got one for my birthday. Although not the right one. And CK Fab asks, is my shop roof insulated? Yes. I know I'm blinding y'all with the light, but I went ahead and paid big money and got the closed cell foam. That's the top of the line stuff right there. It's hard as a rock. It doesn't burn. I've tried to burn it. It's pretty much fireproof. I don't know if they put fire retardant in it. But being in Florida with all the heat that we have, the roof made the biggest difference that you could possibly imagine. It drops it many, many degrees in here in the summer. I wanted to do the walls, but I'm talking it'd have been $10,000, $15,000 to insulate this shop with that stuff. It's so expensive. But I don't regret doing this at all. It made a tremendous difference. The walls, yeah, they get a little hot, but nothing like the roof. And Rodney says, do a 4x8 welding table. I can't disagree with you. I'm scared of it taking up too much room in here, but it's going to be on big, heavy casters. I can move it around. And let's face it, always go bigger than you think you need. The more work room, the better. And Solo Asylum says, are you still doing fishing boating videos? I don't see the notifications. Yes, I just posted one Saturday morning. So go look on the Kelley's Outdoors and check that out. Although it's been very slow here lately because it's been raining day after day after day. Our rivers are flooded. But like I said, I did just post one Saturday morning. Team Danzer wants to know what Tiffany drives. It is a Honda CR-V, nothing super fancy. And Cash says he cooks his steak medium, Tiffany. And he uses applewood and Kingsford applewood briquettes as a base. And Cash says that signal booster is on point, no lagging. Thank you. That's the kind of feedback I want to see. We actually just went in that room and tested right before you jumped on, Cash, and I was able to live stream from there. So we'll start doing some cooking and food preparation in there in the future. And before, I couldn't even stream music in there, much less try to live stream. So it's working. And Solo Asylum says, hey there, everyone, thumbs up the live stream. Yeah, I keep forgetting that you can do that on those. So every thumbs up and comment does help.
All right. There's that pretty
Oh, my goodness.
quesadilla
like
there.
in a restaurant. Shredded lettuce, chipotle ranch on top that she made, and carne asada steak quesadillas. I finally got it out. Oh, that looks so good, y'all. And smells amazing. All right, got another one dropping off there. Ralph says happy Valentine's Day, and I think we're going to say the same to y'all. It's like we've been at this an hour and a half. I think we're going to eat our food, but thank y'all so much for hanging out with us, spending the time with us. We've truly enjoyed it. So excited that the buffering issues have kind of went away with the boosters, so we're going to start doing more hanging out in the shop, especially as we get it cleaned up. I may start doing some live streams as I work on projects out here too, but that booster really opens up a lot of possibilities for us. So hopefully y'all enjoyed the cooking, the fireside chat, And like I said, if we didn't get to your question this week or I skipped over it, by all means, jump on next Sunday. We're going to do every Sunday from here on out, and we'll try to make sure that we can catch them. So I see a lot of people saying goodbye. I'm sure I've missed quite a few names flying by here on the comments, but thank y'all so much for chatting with us.
Yes, thank y'all.
Yep, and we'll catch you next Sunday at 5. Y'all take care.
Bye.